The walk around video for the 1995 and a half Audi S6 Avant, finished in Europa blue. Apologies if I ramble on this one. This was my build. Did about 5 years ago at this point. Very few miles on it since. Did full 2 Bennett BBK, front and rear. It's a Brembo 18Z caliper in the front with a full float rotor. I forget the size offhand. We'll list it in the auction. But those are still very fresh. The rears are, there's a bracketed setup for the stock calipers, and then the larger full floating rotor. But they work very nicely. The wheels are a D2 S8, if I recall, with a modified center cap to make them look like the European Avis wheels. We did a full paint correction on this car, wet sanded it, polished it. It's in pretty good shape. All the lower grills are still in place and in good shape. It is a custom intercooler, which I'll get into. No cracks in the windshield. Fuyao. I'm not sure if that's an OE supplier, I'll have to look it up. I don't know of the windshield being replaced, but it's very possible that it has been, given the condition. There's a small crack in the passenger side mirror called the Nemo mirror. Some paint blemish here. I think it was from tree sap at one point. This car spent a decent amount of its time in Vermont. I did do a rear wiper delete on this car. You could put it back in if you wanted to, it's just capped off. And this is the one spot of rust on the car, is this corner right by the tailgate. There used to be a rust spot in here, but this has been ground out, filled, and repainted. So that's in much better shape, but that's where these cars rust, is in this door sill. On either side. You can see this one is pretty clean. Apologies for the camera gear. Under the passenger footwell, you can see the interface for the VEMS engine management. There's a Bluetooth module and a cord. I recommend just hardwiring into it, and that's where you can log and make modifications to the tune. I added the carbon fiber trim to this car. I think it was wood, if I recall, originally. Added the Nardo style steering wheel. pedaling it. Any built motor, 5-cylinder like this, the Audis, you end up bypassing, getting rid of the idle control valve. So the idle modulation is done by the ECU, and that functions very well when it's warm. When it's cold, then you just start it. Sometimes you gotta do some modulation by foot just to get it to that point where it's warm enough and it's happy enough to idle well, which it is now. Foot's off the accelerator now. This car, if I recall, idles just past 1,000 RPM, just under 1,100. The radio does work in this car. It's in safe mode right now. I think the code for the radio is on top of it, so I'll work on pulling that and getting that reset. It's a Black Forest Industry shift knob. A little glary, so you can't quite see that. With a custom boot that they did with blue stitching to match the exterior. There is one carbon piece missing here for the trim. I had this done, and the OE carbon bits were refinished for this car, so it's a fresh set when they were installed. Put the e-brake on and pop the hood here. Electric auxiliary fan is on. It's the fan controller for that. And I'll show some pictures of how this thing was built, but it's all a custom radiator, aluminum radiator with aluminum end caps that Swoops did. And that integrates in with the intercooler and charge piping. All done by Swoops. He did the intake manifold. He modified the turbo, did all the charge piping, ran a lot of hard lines for this car. The fuel hard line is by Swoops. And he also relocated and replaced the fuel filter and ethanol sensor to right here behind the firewall. That's nicely tucked out of the way, and he also did the catch can setup for this car. This is an 85mm throttle body. I think it was an LS or Hemi source, something like that. But it was like a GM product. And that is not drive-by-wire, it's still, or throttle-by-wire, it's still manual. And you can see the top of the two Bennett camber plates here, adjustable, and the carbon fiber strut brakes. And this is a IROS turbo manifold. It's a Zona turbo. I'll get the specs on it. I think it's good for about 800 horsepower. And pretty much everything is touched or upgraded on this car. It all mates back to a FYF 6-speed transmission. Hear that fan kicking on again. Very usable trunk space. Got some photos of it, but the main fuel pump setup is tucked in here in the spare tire well, and that's a radium surge tank with two Walbro 450 pumps. It's fed by the stock pump, which is new in the fuel tank, and then that is regulated by VEMS. One pump runs continuously, and the secondary pump is triggered when the car is in boost. So once you're in boost, you're running 2 Walbro 450s to feed the fuel rail. But she still presents pretty well and still rips. So, a lot of fun.